Hi, welcome to another episode of Youth Diary. Today our guest is Dr. Pramod. He is a sexologist at Kochi. Hello doctor, welcome to our show. Doctor, can you just explain what are the common sexual problems that we see in youth?
See, when we talk about the sexual problems, it is a very vast topic, and usually the adults are coming with the sexual problems, whereas the youths are concerned, usually they are not coming by themselves, but most of their parents are bringing these people, adolescents, with their sexual concerns. I would like to put it as sexual concerns rather than labeling it as a sexual problem, because many people, they are getting trapped in in some of the rackets. Then they may happen to experience some sort of sexual abuse, sexual harassment, then get entrapped with the love affairs, etc. These are the common problems. Then nowadays the internet sex addiction, spending more time for the pornography, etc. that is also common. Then many of these adolescents are sometimes preoccupied with seeing the videos. If you type just a word sex in the internet, you can get likes of pictures and pornography, etc. And this is the particular age where their curiosity will be more. So the adolescence is generally talked about as a very dangerous period in life.
Okay doctor, we'll go to the questions.
My name is Vivek. I have a doubt that why boys and girls feels sexual attraction to each other.
See, during the pubertal development, lot of changes are taking place in the body. When they becomes the change to the adolescence age, number one, lot of hormonal changes are taking place. Starting from the pituitary gland, that is called the master gland, it will start production of gonadotrophic hormones. This will stimulate the ovaries in females and the testicles in males. And as a result, these young girls and boys, they will achieve the reproductive ability. And then in the male, in the boys, testosterone, then in the females, estrogen, such hormones are being secreted. As a result, the development starts. Like changes like in the boys, mustache will be there, beard will start growing, then hairs in the axilla and pubic area. Then in males, the voice will become more, the change in voice, the voice will become more rough, and night emissions will start, etc. These are then, along with these changes, the physical growth is also there. That is the stature of the body. The height is increasing. The shoulder widens. The whole body mass increases, etc. In the females, the development of breast, etc. is there. Their body size, mass will increase. Then menstruation starts, etc. These are the common changes taking place in this body. So as a result, it is quite natural that a boy can get attraction towards the girls, and the girl can get attraction towards the boys. This is a perfectly normal, natural process.
Doctor, another question here is like, we have heard about homosexuals and lesbians. Why does it occur?
These are sexual minorities. Mostly there are so many hypotheses behind it, why it is occurring. So far there is no conclusive evidence that this particular hormonal change or this particular factor is causing these problems. Nowadays the modern science considers it as sexual minorities. This is another normal way of living. We don't no more consider it as an abnormality or a psychiatric problem. Till about 10-15 years ago, homosexuality and lesbianism, it was considered as a part of the mental illness or the psychiatric classificatory system. But now they have removed it from the WHO's international classification of diseases, that is a glossary of mental disorders. So from the 5th chapter, that is mental disorder, mental and behavioral disorder, so homosexuality is removed. And in Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders by the American Psychiatric Association, that is another nosology, from that also it was removed. Now we consider it as a normal phenomena. So in several countries it is the homosexual marriage is also legalized. Why it is occurring means, even we can say some hypothesis like during the intrauterine period, while the child is in the uterus, the hormonal variations taking place in the uterus at that particular moment, especially at the time of sex determination, like this embryo is being converted as a male or female, that time, whatever is happening, that has a role in these sort of things. This is the seemingly more right hypothesis, though it's a hypothesis. So where the boys are getting attracted to the boys, females are getting attracted to females. This is homosexual, like lesbian or say gay. That is what we call. Then another thing here we have to be careful is that lot of homosexual abuses are taking place in the society, especially the parents. They are more bothered about the young girls. As the child is becoming 13, 14, parents are very cautious that she is a girl. Don't send her alone anywhere. You have to be very careful, and always parents are keeping watch on her. But in the case of boys, they are just left out. So these boys, many of the boys are getting abused. And as a result, some people develop interest into it. That is due to the environmental factors, these particular boys develop this nature, and it can be changed if they want.
So we'll go to the next question, doctor.
Hi, I am Arun.
Okay.
I'm a final year BTech student, and I have doubt that what are the common concerns of girls of this sexual development?
Okay.
See, as the girl started menstruating, it's a big dilemma for her. Unless and until she is properly given instructions about it, she is going to face a very difficult time. One fine morning, if she is found to have a bleeding, means she will be under total distress. So before that, parents have to give her proper education about the menstrual hygiene and the menstrual cycle it will take place, the nature of it, etc. Then this is one of the major concern as far as the girls are concerned. Again, the cleanliness during this period, how to observe cleanliness, how they can face others, whether other people will come to know that I am menstruating, how to hide it, how to use the sanitary napkins, etc. All those things, even the disposal of sanitary napkins, many of the girls are concerned. Then another thing, due to the hormonal changes, a lot of pimples may be there on the face, and whether do they look attractive to others, etc. Such sort of concerns are there. Then if a boy comes and make a request for love affair, how should I react? Whether I am supposed to give a positive response, etc. Those things, mainly these girls are bothered by these things.
So usually how do you guide them, doctor?
See, what we need is, all these are natural process. We cannot prevent it. It's a part of the growth and development. And we have to give proper, accurate information to the children or adolescents that these are the things taking place in certain periods, and it is quite natural that you are developing or you are feeling an attraction to the opposite sex or even same sex. But our duty is to restrain from that. Even WHO, after conducting studies about the HIV and AIDS in several countries, especially there was a study in 22 countries among the adolescents, that giving proper sexuality education will bring the starting of the first sexual contact in their life. It helped to delay the first sexual contact in life. And it will help to prevent teenage pregnancies, unwanted abortions, etc. World over, if you take place, about 16 million teenage girls are getting pregnant in a year. And about 3 million abortions are taking place among the teenage group in a year. So all these, that is the density of the problem. So the society's one of the most important responsibility is to protect all these teenagers from getting involved into such issues. So we have to give them proper sexuality education at the right time, in the right way.
Okay, doctor, we'll see the next question.
Hello doctor, my name is Atul. I have a doubt. What are the influence of media among youth?
Okay.
See, children do have a lot of curiosity for whatever they see. So, the imitation is too high during this adolescent age group. It is called vicarious learning. We learn several things by seeing and imitating it. That is called vicarious learning or social learning. So whatever they see in the TV screens or celluloid world, especially when it is being depicted by a hero or heroine, they are likely to imitate. Then even from the internet and things like that, nowadays while looking at the channels, lot of issues, conflicts, then sexual abuse, such things are one of the most popular themes among these programs. So these children are getting lured by such things, even lured by the sex, and they may get involved in such things. That is again another major issue. As I said earlier, a lot of teenage pregnancies are taking place even in Kerala and as well as India.
Doctor, what is the effect of internet sex in youth?
See, usually nowadays it becomes a fashion to provide a computer to the children. Or once upon a time when the TV came to our place, every house should have a TV. That was mandatory. That is something as a sign of prestige or say pride. People believed it. Now people, even the villagers, believe that they have to have a computer, and especially for the children. And these children, in many places, this computer may be kept in the study rooms, and the children, they go and lock up the rooms. We don't know what they are seeing, what they are watching. Due to the hormonal changes, their curiosity is more and they are eager to know more about the sex. So meanwhile, when they are surfing in the net, lot of sexual activities, normal and abnormal, comes to the screen and they view it, and as a result, lot of sexual perversions, they can learn sexual perversions also, and many children are getting addicted to these things. And once a boy was brought, he was studying in the 10th standard, suddenly his academic record came down, and from the school, teachers reported it to the parents. Parents were very upset. He was scoring above 80% in all subjects, and suddenly this drop was there. And when we inquired about it, he got addicted to internet sex. Every night he was sitting in the room saying that I am studying, but he was watching the computer and seeing these things, so he could not study. So such instances, lot of such instances are there. And it again, these sort of, these chat rooms, that is another dangerous place where some relationship is occurring, and some people, they hook these young children. Especially after coming the AIDS, that epidemics, and many of the people who approaches the sex workers, they are scared to go to the sex workers. So they prefer to get young children, thinking that young children, they are virgin, they are virgins and they don't have any infections. Mm-hmm. So in the market also such a problem is also there. Mm-hmm. And some people, these groups, they try to hook these children and misuse. Once if they are misused, they use threats and things like that. And we have heard the stories like many children, when their photo came into the internet, they had committed suicide, etc. Recently, about a few months ago, it occurred. So when we provide internet and such facilities to the children, always we must keep in a public place, even at the home. Should be in the open area, so that any parent or anybody who passes by can see what the child is looking in the computer. And there are certain softwares also to prevent the sex and such materials coming into downloading into the computer, that can be prevented with certain locking systems and softwares.
So, Doctor, what advice do you want to give to these kids?
Young children, they should be informed that these things are quite natural. One is likely to feel attraction to the opposite sex. That is very normal, but one should not get involved at this age. This becomes an infatuation. It may be an infatuation. Any person can, any or boy or girl can feel attracted to another girl or boy. That is normal. And we have to make them understand that this is a normal feeling, but I should not act accordingly, impulsively, along with that. If it's a genuine love, it is not physical. Here, usually what happens in infatuation, one person is always keep on loving the other person. There may not be any, it is a one-way traffic. Another person does not have any interest in the other way, and he is keep on giving things, sweets or chocolates or something, etc. And when these things occur, one should understand that it's an infatuation.
Doctor, another thing, like many of young children, they do get into sexual activities nowadays. So what advice do you want to give to them?
If you ask about masturbation, number one, masturbation, many young boys, even at the age of 8, 9, the commonest age at which a boy starts masturbation is 12 or 13 years, 13, 14 years, that's the age. Even there are boys who started it at the age of 7, 8, etc. We come across many people. Even the girls, in the case of girls also, they start masturbation by the age of 13, 14 or during the teenagers. It's not that everybody is doing, but many people are doing. It's not being taught, but they are spontaneously doing. It's again, masturbation we consider it as a normal activity. But if a boy or girl is preoccupied with masturbation and spend a lot of time for that and they are not studying, means it's abnormal. Otherwise, it is usually considered as a normal activity. Then, if you take it, if you mean that the relationship with another person, that is more dangerous. We always advise to restrict your sexual activity as far as possible. Don't get involved into the sexual activities during teenagers. Because there was a study, the comparison between teenage pregnancy, that is teenage pregnancy and the women who got pregnant between the age of 20 to 29. This first one is up to 19 years, second group is 20 to 29. The first teenage pregnancy had 50% more complications. And another thing, most of the teenage girls, they are becoming, even if they are becoming pregnant, it's an unwanted pregnancy. And to go for abortions, lot of things. It is there in the society. One has to be very careful. When the children, they get into the love affair and all, they should learn how to protect themselves, especially the female children. And this is my body. You should not touch me without my permission. It's not like shaking hand. The other area, they should be able to differentiate between the good touch and bad touch. When the comments comes also, something good and bad, they should be able to differentiate between, and they should react properly.
I think there is between the parents and the kids, there should be a communication.
There should be an open communication between the parents and adolescents. Usually what happens, when the adolescent boy, if the parents are talking, parents means one of your neighbor visited you, the father, mother, everybody is talking, the boy will stand and peep what they are talking. Immediately the parent will get upset. Don't you go and study? Why are you standing here? As if you are a grown-up man. You are not a grown-up man. You are a little boy. You go and study. And next day the child will be going and playing with younger children. The parents will scold them. Even now you are believing that you are a little kid. You are not a kid. You are a grown-up boy. You go and do your job. And this sort of problem should not be there. Instead of criticism, whenever you criticize the teenagers, they become more hostile and they become more secretive. So it is better that there should be a proper, friendly, open communication between the parents and children. Suppose something, even if a boy made a request for love or gave a letter or something like that, if the girl is able to share it with the mother, and mother should take in that sporting spirit, and mother can guide her. Mother can understand when she is going to danger. She can protect. So there should be a proper communication between the parents and children. And the children should be able to say whatever, whenever they want to say no, they should be able to say no assertively.
So Doctor, it was really informative. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So friends, if you have any suggestions, write to us. Our email ID is youthdiaryrosebud@gmail.com.